As a content creator, as a podcaster, I don't always share my true unfiltered opinion just because I'm trying to make family friendly content, right? But I gotta say, this shit sucks. We're seeing reports coming from left field, from right field, just everywhere. Everywhere. It's coming from the local media, it's from the national media, and we get it with the Donovan Mitchell. As soon as we acquired Donovan Mitchell, things were going to expedite timelines. We're going to be fast tracked. Player development was going to be somewhat sidelined in terms of results, in favor of results rather. But at the end of the day, it doesn't change the fact that this shit kind of sucks. You're seeing things be said that it's hard to really get traction on. We saw a report that come out the other day that said Donovan Mitchell was frustrated with his teammates in multiple regards, which he actually refuted. He called cap on it, which is pretty cool to see. And you guys probably saw that he liked my tweet the other day, which made me feel good just on a personal level. But at the end of the day, I do understand that Donovan Mitchell, he will eventually have to make a decision. Now, the thing that people are not understanding is that Donovan doesn't have to actually make that decision this summer. He can very well go into the 2024-25 season still not under contract or under a long-term contract, rather. That is something that is very much still a possibility. Whether or not the Cavs are willing to take that chance, I don't know. But nevertheless, I tire of these rumors coming out. And it's only been like a day or two since the season ended for the Cavaliers. It's not just Donovan Mitchell either, right? You're seeing reports come out that suggest that that Darius Garland rather is going to request a trade pending a Donovan Mitchell contract extension. Meaning, if Donovan Mitchell extends, then Darius Garland is likely to want to leave. At least that is being reported right now. We haven't seen anything come out from Darius Garland himself. A lot of this is being reported from Rich Paul or people associated with Rich Paul. He the owner operator of Clutch Sports, LeBron's close friend, yada, yada, yada. We don't know what's true, right? He doesn't strike me as the type of player to force his way out of Cleveland. He doesn't strike me as the type of guy who's going to sit a la Kyrie, force him to trade you. And if you don't listen to his demands, then he's going to opt for surgery or some bullshit like that. He doesn't strike me as that type of player. He still has, if I'm not mistaken, 4 years left on his max extension. But at the end of the day, I understand it on a basketball level, on a team building level. And people, they think I'm blind. I think I'm just wearing rose tinted glasses or wine and gold colored glasses rather. I understand that in today's NBA, size from a positional standpoint does tend to matter more often than not. Get your mind out of the gutter. Moving Donovan Mitchell over to the point guard, shifting maybe Max Strus over to the 2, and acquiring a true to size wing at the 3, that makes sense. In addition to that, we have the Jarrett Allen of it all, right? Which we'll talk about in just a second. But with the Darius stuff, there's a part of me that still wants to try and see this play out, right? I want to see the pairing of Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland get one more year, because Darius Garland went through a lot of shit this year. There was the on-court stuff with the injuries, right? The broken jaw that sidelined him for a good amount of time, that caused him to lose 12 plus pounds, that caused him to lose confidence. It goes on and on. There was the off-court stuff with the death of his grandmother. That definitely plays a part. A lot of people don't understand that these are still human beings. But at the end of the day, I understand that they may not be together. We may have watched Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell play their final game together. I hope that is not the case, but if it is, I'll understand it. And if that does end up being what happens, I just hope that they're able to get good trade value out of him, right? A piece or two in addition to draft capital that will help propel this team forward, that maybe fits a little bit better than the 2 do. Because I get it, right? I see sometimes the overlap in terms of and fit. We know Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell both operate best with the ball in their hands. They can play off ball, especially Donovan Mitchell, but they tend to operate better as the facilitator, as the primary initiator of offense. And what we saw during the course of this season is that Donovan Mitchell can thrive as a team's point guard. He can thrive. It is something that propelled the Cavs to mid-season success in January, right? When the likes of Evan Mobley and Darius Garland missed a ton of time together. But it remains to be seen what is going to come out of this situation. It just sucks that we've gotten to this win because Darius, honestly, he's become one of my favorite players. I mean, you see the jersey that I got on, this All-Star jersey right here. That was a fun-ass season. He brought a lot of good vibes back to Cleveland coming off of a rebuild. It would be sad to see him go, but I would understand. And then there's the Jarrett Allen of it all. Jarrett Allen is coming off basically the best season of his career, another double-double, put to bed a lot of the narratives that people had written about him after that just atrocious playoff season against the Knicks. Started the first couple of games of this Orlando series looking like the best player of the bunch, and Donovan Mitchell is included in that. Then he goes missing, right, because of the injury. Didn't have him at all against Boston. That definitely played a role in us losing that series. And then you have the reports coming out that suggest that many people within the organization, some of the players included, that were frustrated with him for not taking a shot to help out and so that he could step out on there. And I don't know, man. You hear this stuff, you just don't know what to believe in regards to some of it. Is it true? Is it false? Do people really feel this way? Either way, it has left me feeling like Jarrett Allen maybe has played his last game in white and gold. I don't know. Time will tell. He could be back. I would not be mad at all to see him back. I'm a huge fan of Jarrett Allen, but I got to admit, the feeling that I have is that Jarrett Allen will no longer be a Cleveland Cavalier as we enter the 2024-25 season. It's the same way I feel about Darius Garland, right? I think some changes are going to be made, suffice it to say. And we haven't even discussed JB Biggerstaff. And you guys know how I feel about JB. A lot of people have considered me a JB apologist over time. But, I got to keep it 100. I tweeted out the other day that I felt that if they let go of JB, I was okay with it. And if they brought him back, I would be okay with it. After sleeping on it a couple of days, after just thinking about the future of this team, I think that the time is now.